We would like every World War II veteran to have a chance to see their memorial. One very special Northwest Ohio veteran had that opportunity. His name is Clarence. He had had 18 strokes and a heart attack before taking that flight. By 4 a.m. on the morning of the flight, he was ready, dressed every bit the proud veteran, with every ribbon and medal he earned proudly displayed. By 10 a.m., he was at the World War II Memorial, stepping out of the bus in total disbelief of the amazing sight that was before him. By 8 p.m., Clarence was home, safe in his lazy boy, and once he settled in, he had only one thing to say. This was the best day of my life. Seeing the memorial was Clarence's dying wish, and luckily it came true when it did, because he died shortly after. Between Pearl Harbor and the fall of the Japanese Empire, 16 million Americans served in the armed forces. 400,000 never came home. The National World War II Memorial is a most spectacular honor for all they did. All of the touchstone events of the war are here, the European theater on one side, the Pacific on the other, and in between, water, symbolizing the oceans, the islands, the waves themselves where American effort and American lives paid the price of freedom. It's an appropriate memorial in every way, even if it took 60 years. Dawn breaks at the Grand Air Hangar at Toledo Express Airport. It's honor flight day for 2 plane loads of excited veterans who sit down for breakfast together before the flight.
This is terrific. It is really wonderful. I haven't been out for so long that this is really a big event for me.
It happens every time veterans get together like this. The years melt away, the memories sharpen, and the stories flow.
When I come home, I saw my daughter for the first time, because she was born right after I left for Europe. She is over 3 years old when I saw her for the first time.
For men like Casimir Clapp, the experience and professionalism of honor flight is particularly critical. He's 92 years old, and he's in a category referred to as TLC, their last chance. But there's true art to the science of making a big trip like this happen for dozens of veterans, many with serious health needs. Every veteran has a personal volunteer called a guardian. They're specially trained to help the veterans enjoy the day, see the sights, and meet any problem along the way. There's special equipment to help the veterans on and off the airplane. And at each step along the way, people donate their time just to come and cheer the veterans on.
I so appreciate what these men and women have done for us, and I just feel honored that I can get out here and greet them this way.
In the nation's capital, a luxury tour bus takes the veterans to within steps of each monument. Just being here, in the heart of the world's greatest democracy, standing before Lincoln, in the shadow of Washington, it's a moving experience. and then come the memorials. Each flight makes every effort to see as many as comfortably possible. The Korean Memorial with its haunting figures frozen in time. The long black wall of the Vietnam Memorial. Names of those who've made the ultimate sacrifice as far as the eye can see. For Marines on the trip, nothing inspires like the monument to Iwo Jima. The solemn and timeless ceremony of the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknowns. And the ultimate symbol of the ultimate sacrifice, white tombstones on the green earth at Arlington National Cemetery. But ultimately, the entire trip is focused around this moment, when these veterans find themselves 400 miles from home on the doorstep of the monument designed to honor them. And it begins with a thank you.
Joe, thank you for your service and welcome to your memorial.
And that's what it's all about. The largest, grandest, greatest thank you to the greatest generation.
It's more fabulous than I ever thought it'd be.
For some, it's the very first thank you they've ever received.
People you don't know come up to you and say thanks. It's amazing.
The attention here is almost overwhelming because, amazingly, few of these American heroes have ever really considered the magnitude of what they did. But the sad reality of it is, there can just never be enough flights. We're losing more than 1,200 World War II veterans every single day.
I know my husband didn't live long enough to see it, so I'll make it up for it.
And behind every lucky veteran who does make the trip, there's a waiting list of more than 500. They're on that list because they'll never make it any other way. Those veterans are waiting for your help. Honor Flight is funded exclusively through donations, fundraisers, the generosity of people like you. And it's so easy to give. You can even do it easily and instantly online at the click of a button. It doesn't matter in the least whether or not you know any of the veterans you're helping send to Washington. They're all just as responsible for the freedoms we enjoy today. Standing here at the National World War II Memorial, it's impossible not to be deeply moved by everything it symbolizes. The feeling of a shared national experience, an entire generation who came together in such a profound way to secure a future for all those who came after. So imagine what it must be like for those who lived it. But so often the flight doesn't come soon enough, and too often a deserving veteran on the list doesn't make it to their big day. For one recent vet, his upcoming visit to the memorial was among the very last things on his mind. He went to bed talking about the 21 days before his turn to see the memorial. But he never woke up, and all that was left to take to Washington was the American flag that draped his casket. For those who do make it, it's about much more than just seeing this iconic memorial. It's about experiencing this debt of gratitude we all owe them. It's about coming full circle as the older veteran looks back on this extraordinary moment in their youth when everything hung in the balance and the greatest generation rose to the occasion. It's about a man like Casimir Clapp living to see this crowning acknowledgement he so richly deserves.
I didn't think I'd make it. See, I'm 92 now, so I didn't think if I didn't make it now, I don't think I'd make it.
And he did just in time. Casimir Clapp also died shortly after this flight, but not before all of us collectively had a chance to thank him.